Welcome back, friends and mechanics. Today we are going to continue working on this Volkswagen Jetta. It is a 2002, and we last left off by replacing this front rotor. And we have to find the remaining two calipers. So let's get this front wheel put back on. And before I forget, I need to start my timer. Now, I could do this the easy way and highlight the parts that are needed, but we're going to take a look. And we're going to come down here, spin around behind, and there's one of our calipers right there. We'll go ahead and pull this wheel off. And we'll pull this caliper. Now, we'll go ahead and make this a quick repair because it's been a while since I've been into the game. Those of you in YouTube land won't realize it, but it's been about 2 months since I've actually been in the game. But with no views at the moment, it'll be like it was back to back. And here's our last caliper. And now we shall set the Volkswagen on the ground. I did level up in the last episode, so I am going to come in here to the toolbox, and using my point, I am going to grab the discount from the shop. And just to continue with gaining experience, we're going to do some inspection real quick. On each part we can. I don't recall if I told you guys in either of the prior videos, but at level 5 in this game, the junkyard becomes available. And the junkyard is a good way to make some quick money if you have money available to spend within the junkyard. Depending on results of these videos and your comments, we might decide to go to the junkyard and see what's available. See if I have enough money to maybe purchase something and make a little bit of money off of it. And with that inspection done, we will go ahead and move this Jetta outside. We'll move it one more time. Swip with the in-game mini, which is called the Griffin Tyro. And we shall send this car on its way, making 1,305 credits. So we have a hot rod that needs brakes. And because we're going to need money, I'll go ahead and take that order. Moving back inside, we come to this in-game called the Emden Jagger. With the quality of life mod, it labels it as a Volkswagen Golf 19E. And this one is in for simple fluid changes, so this won't take long. Once again, we'll pop the hood, we'll do our inspections. Because you want to get your experience up. The more experience you have, the better jobs you can get in this game. More tools you'll be able to unlock, and more benefits you'll be able to get through discounts in the shop, moving quicker, inspecting quicker, bolting and unbolting quicker. Just general benefits. While we're going through this inspection, I want to thank Westburn Wilds for becoming my first subscriber. Hopefully at some point you watch a couple of my videos and leave some comments on how I could possibly improve them. And look at that, we just leveled up again. So now, we don't really need parking at the moment, because we don't have any cars to park. We could do fast hands, strong arms, eagle eye. Renovator's not really an option at the moment because we don't have that portion of the garage unlocked as yet. So we'll go with fast hands, quicker bolting and unbolting. And then we'll come over here, pop into the engine bay, bring up our tools, and bring up our drain tool. We'll be changing out the power steering, the coolant, the washer fluid, and the brake fluid. We'll go back to disassemble mode, highlight the cap, and we shall start filling. But as I was saying earlier, it's been about 2 months since I've recorded and uploaded a video, and that would be because I am working nights. So I work at night, I sleep during the day, and it makes it kind of hard to get content out. I do want to focus more on getting content made and scheduled. I'm going to see to that. With that, we're going to send this call on its way for 175 credits. We're going to take this Nismo GTR, and this is a mod car by the best of my recollections. No, I'm sorry, this is not a mod car. Oh, it is. I apologize one more time. There is a Nissan DLC. And then we're going to pop into the phone one more time. That's just going to be fluid changes. So we're going to take this Mercedes-Benz. Maybe. Filters need to be replaced. Yeah, we'll take the Mercedes for a change. This one is a DLC car, as there is a Mercedes DLC. And from what I recently read, there is a BMW DLC coming out. Don't know much about it yet because I haven't looked into it too much, but I will before the next video so that I can relay that to you. Now, this Griffin Tyro, aka Mini Cooper, should be a story order car, and it is. It says, "Hi, my name's Joanna. I was referred here by my neighbor. He's a car dealer. I hear that your repair shop has been up and running since quite recently, but you look like a promising mechanic. It is almost annual service time. My buddy doesn't seem to have any problems, but I'll leave that for you to decide. Please change the oil, filters, and fill the missing fluids. I haven't had time for that recently. John mentioned that there was a tapping in the camshaft. I don't know what he meant. Perhaps it'll make more sense to you." So, we're going to have to take the top of the motor apart. More than likely, a camshaft is going to have to be replaced, and it is, as indicated by this right here, camshaft I4B. We have 2 pages of parts, and we have 4 that are not discovered. So, what we are going to do is, once again, we are going to use our exam tool. It is highly possible that one of the parts that is not discovered can be a crank bearing, which means we will have to drain the oil and then drop the oil pan and change the crank bearing. But we will address that as we come to it. One thing to remember if you are new to this game, when you are doing story order cars, the customers want the car parts replaced with pieces that are 100%. And with this only being the second story order car, that requires you to purchase everything new. Because you do not have the ability at this point, without cheats, to get to the point where you can repair. As is, I don't even have the test path yet. Okay, let's see, it said missing fluids. From what I can see, we'll have to fill the washer fluid. Well, we need to change the brake fluid, the coolant, and the power steering. And we need to refill the washer. So we'll start by refilling the washer fluid. And then we'll pull out our drain tool. And we're going to go ahead and change and take out these fluids. If you wonder how I pan back the camera, I am on controller. So I use the left trigger to pan the camera back. So, knowing that we have to change the camshaft, I am going to go ahead and start to tear the car apart so that we can get the camshaft changed. That, unfortunately, involves let's clear out my inventory first. Just so we don't get those parts mixed up. And we've already found 2 of the spark plugs. One being here, and one being here. So we'll pop into inventory. We'll add 2 spark plugs to our list, and an ignition coil, and we'll pull this valve cover off. Now, with this inline 4, it's a pain in the butt to get that camshaft out. This is the one we need. I'm going to add that to my shopping list. We're going to pull these camshaft caps. And then we're going to start by coming right here to this timing cover. And we're going to pull this cover off. Now we have to pull this cam gear. We have to pull this timing chain. Then we swing around, focus over here, focus on this timing cover. And we need to pull beside the roller A first. Then this serpentine belt. Unfortunately, the alternator will have to come off. And the power steering pump as well. Pull the crankshaft pulley. And now we can get this timing cover off. That said, and done, this idler roller is going to need to be replaced, and so is this belt tensioner. We will pull the belt tensioner. We will pull the serpentine belt, the idler roller A, and then we will select this cam gear Add that to the shopping list. Pull that. And now we can get this camshaft out. If we go back and look, you will see that we still have 4 parts not discovered. If memory serves me, that'll be within the brakes, and we will find that out once the other parts have been replaced. But we have to change the oil anyhow, so we might as well get this in the air and change the oil. And then we can check camshaft, or we check crank bearing caps while we have it in the air. Move this oil drain over to the Mini Cooper. And we will use the equipment. Oil is drained. Move the equipment back. Focus on suspension. Focus on oil pan. Need a new oil filter. And we're going to pull the pan. Now, we look. And if we zoom in, this is your crank bearing cap, and all 3 of those look good. And from what I'm seeing, the pistons look good as well. So we will place the oil pan back on the car. We will hop in here to the parts store, open our shopping list, and come over here to the camshaft. We will buy 1. Over to the idler roller, we will buy 1. Belt tensioner, serpentine belt, cam gear, oil filter. Then we will back out and come over here to electronics. Highlight the spark plugs. We will buy 2 of those. And we will buy an ignition coil. Now, we will put the new oil filter on the car. Back out. And drop it down. Come back in here. Back to part mount. And we'll throw the 2 new spark plugs in. Throw the camshaft on. And then we'll put in the camshaft caps. Put the engine head cover on, or as it's known in America, the valve cover. And we'll put the ignition coils back in. Swing around. Timing chain on. Put the cam gear in. Timing cover. Once more, focus to this side. We'll add the cam gear. We'll add the idler roller A. That's the one we bought because that's the one that needed to be replaced. Now, I find it easier just to hit the B button and back out when the camera's like that, and then refocus on the motor. And now we will fill our fluids. Good way to tell when fluid is almost full is you wait for the bottle to drop down and then continue to hold it for about 2 to 3 seconds if you can't see the level of the fluid. Some people don't know this about this game, but if you want to, you can actually check the engine oil level. I could have held that for about another second and it would have been max. So with that done, we look. So we still have rubber bushings to change. We have 2 brake pads that need to be changed. And we still have 4 parts not discovered. Now, what I like to do, especially early game, when you don't have the test path, you can do one of 2 things. You can come over here to the map and go to your test track, or if you're on controller, you can hit Y, go to the map, and go to the test track, which is what we're going to do. And we are going to take the Mini. What this is going to do is it's going to allow you to have a chance to test parts that you can't test without a test path. And early game, not having it, you won't be able to test the part. Just be careful because driving in this game is very touchy. Now we are testing the suspension. Once done, you'll get that pop-up of all the parts that have been tested. But with those odd black lines, you really couldn't see anything. So now we come back here, come back over here, and you will see all of our parts are now revealed. We have 4 rubber bushings, all 4 pads, and the 2 front discs. And I stand corrected. This customer only wants parts replacement of a minimum of 81%. Knowing that we have to change all the pads, we're going to get this up in the air. We're going to come in here, and we're going to come over here to the brake section. We're going to buy 2 ventilated discs and 4 brake pads. No need to add those to the shopping list and do it that way because they and we pull this, and I'm just going to go ahead and put the rubber bushings on there, and I'm going to pull that while we're here. And we're going to come here, we're going to go back to all parts, rubber bushings, we need 4. Select to install. We'll install this. Come back over here. Install the disc. Pads. Same routine as the last car. Unfortunately, that's a lot of dirt. Come over to the driver's side. have to wait until we're done here. One part and see which rubber bushings are red. Actually, I think this is one of them. It is. So we will pull that one out. I can see the one across from it is going to be a red bushing as well. But we will wait till we get over to that side. You might ask yourself, well, Big Mike, why didn't you replace that caliper? It's only at 76%. Well, it may have been at 76%, but the customer wasn't worried about that caliper. We will switch back to disassembly. We will take this bushing out. Best thing to remember about this game, put your best parts first. As long as you don't have a lot of stuff in your inventory, stuff off your current car is going to be what's first, unless it's worse than the stuff you already have. Now we have one rubber bushing left, and I'm going to take a guess, and I'm going to say it's this one right here. Change this bushing out, and the Griffin Tyro is complete. This one is going to gain us 2,200 credits. And I'm just going to, well, let's do this properly. Let's lower it to the ground. We'll close the hood. And then we'll swap it with the hot rod that's outside. And we'll swap it one more time with the Mercedes. And we'll send it on its way for $2,200. Okay. So, we have Volvo, which is a story order car. They have a Range Rover Evoque, which is a DLC vehicle, which is brakes. And we have a Mazda RX-7, which is going to be fluid changes. The Mazda's not going to get us much money. The Evoque's really not going to get us a lot of money for brakes. So we'll take the Volvo. That being said, let's go to our inventory again. And I'm going to hit the sort. And I'm going to hit condition. Anything in red cannot be repaired. So all of these are getting sold. Brake pads cannot be repaired, so they will be getting sold as well. Air filter cannot be repaired, that can be sold. Spark plugs and ignition coils cannot be repaired, but that ignition coil may come in handy on another car, so we will hold on to that. Spark plug can be sold. Serpentine belt's only 25%, not worth saving. Belt tensioner can be repaired. Idler roller cannot. And cam gear cannot be repaired to the best of my recollection. So we will get rid of that. This oil filter at 65%. Hold on to it because it may come in handy for another vehicle repair. So now we're looking at this hot rod, but you might say, hey, wait, Big Mike, you had a couple cases in your inventory. Well, you're right. They come with doing story order cars and other random cars. You might ask, what's in them? Well, let's find out what we get. You click the open case, you get 5 cards, and you get to choose 2. I'll take the second one, which gave me 20 scrap bonus, and I'll take the 4th one on this one, which gave me an extra case. I will hit X to open another case, and I think this time I'll take card 1, which gave me 116 credits, and card 5, which gave me a barn location. Okay. And one last card for the case. And let's do card 2 and card 5. Another case and more scrap. This time we'll do card 3. And we got 98 XP and leveled up. And we'll do card 4, which gave us 65 credits. So as you can see, it gives you a wide variety of things. And we will hit A to collect the items. Now I have this barn location. All I do is I highlight it, hit A to use, hit A to accept. That adds a barn to my map. And just like that, we went from opening 2 cases to opening 5. And we got a level up. So we'll come over here and we'll go ahead and we'll do strong arm. Now let's take a look at this hot rod. It's here for brake problems, and it'll be a quick fix. It needs a brake disc ventilated, a brake drum, and a brake shoe. So once more, we'll come into the shop. We'll grab the brake disc ventilated, brake drum, and a brake shoe. We'll get this one up a notch in the air. But before we do anything, we're going to do our examination. You want that experience so that you can level up. And if you'll notice in the corner, just in this episode, we've leveled up twice. Simply by doing examinations, taking parts off and putting parts on. And we go ahead and highlight the exhaust, highlight the drive shaft, highlight the other exhaust, and we come back here to the solid rear axle. Trying to spin the camera so you guys can get a better look at what's going on. And that is all done. So we'll start back here. Well, looks like the drum on the left side might change. But we'll take this wheel off first anyway. Because it could be this brake shoe. Nope, it's not that brake shoe. How do I know? Because when it was highlighted, the brake shoe had a question mark on it. And we're only doing so we'll focus on the left side. Pull the wheel. Pull the drum. Pull the shoe. And we'll put the new shoe on. The new drum on. And the new rim on. That takes care of two. Focus up front. And of course, with these rims, you're not going to be able to see. We'll have to take each off. And we got lucky. First wheel was the one with the disc that needed to be changed. That disc can be saved. So we will do so. And the hot rod is done. Got us 237 credits. Let's Let's do some swapping around here. And we'll send it back to the customer. Okay, so we got a Mustang mod car, wants fluids. Got another Roadster with brake problems and a Mazda 3 with brake problems. And we'll take the Mustang because it'll be real quick. Change coolant, power steering, and washer fluid. One more time, we go in, we do our examination. And with the examination done, pop the hood. Just remind ourselves coolant, power steering, and washer fluid. So we come in, pull our drain tool out, pull coolant, our power steering, and our washer fluid. Go back to part dismount. Because this power steering is tucked in the back, I like to fill it first when the other two reservoirs aren't full, so that I can at least see a level if possible. And with that, the Mustang job is done. 148 credits. Send it back to its owner. Oh, now here we go. We have a Mercedes-Benz 124 500E. That needs engine and timing, or a Honda S2000. Let me know in the comments which you prefer me to do. And with that, I am going to call this one. Have a good day, everyone.